Hi, I'm Heather, and this is knitting update number 38 for Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. And it's been snowing kind of off and on today. This is probably the brightest it's been. It's been so overcast and gloomy. That's okay. I've just been sitting inside and working on my knitting. And yesterday I didn't post a video mostly because I went out in the morning. I just wanted to get out of the house, and then I didn't have really much progress to show. So today I kind of do, I guess. Let me show you where I'm at. Oops. Drop in stitches. All right. It's a little precarious because I need a longer cable, but I do not have one because I haven't finished my White Mountains yet. And I did debate finishing it or just finishing the body, but I just didn't feel like casting off. So here's where I'm at. It's kind of hard to see because the stitches are so scrunched together. So yeah, I think it's looking good. The funny thing is, last time I talked about this, I said the color work actually is pretty easy and it's really easy to follow, and it was until the next row after I said that it was easy. And then that row was kind of difficult. It was hard for me to follow, but since then it's been back to being pretty easy. So other than one row, it's been a really straightforward color work project. I think I'm still working on it pretty slowly, but it feels like it's not using a lot of brain power. I'm not making a lot of mistakes, which is nice. I really like how the pattern looks so far. I didn't look that closely. I guess I did. I liked the color work. I mean, I'm mostly doing it for the horses, which are coming up pretty quickly. But even this part here, it's pretty graphic and I'm really liking it. And in terms of my yarn, because I do have a little bit of a fear that I will not have enough yarn. Sorry. Like I said, this cable is so small that the stitches are just popping off. I'm almost finished the first one ball, but it is one of the balls, sorry. But that's because this was the mini skein of sock yarn. Sorry, it's tangled up. Doesn't really matter. Anyways, I only have about this much left. And then I think I'm going to switch to using the Onyx Malintosh. I do have another mini skein of the same alpaca nylon, but I think I'll just hang on to that and see if I can use up all the Malintosh instead, because I would like to actually use up as much of that as I can. So if I do run out of that, then I can switch back to the alpaca. I don't think it's going to be, I'm hoping it's not too noticeable when I switch, but I think because of the mohair and then because the color work is there are pretty big stretches of color, but I feel like it's maybe broken up enough that, I mean, whatever. I'm going to find out soon. So I think I'm on row 21 or 22. And last time I showed I was on row 8. So I haven't made a ton of progress. The chart for my size is 68 rows. So I still have a fair ways to go. But yeah, I feel like at least I'm making steady progress on it. I'm not making a lot of mistakes. I'm not having to rip back as much. There was only the one row really where I had to kind of rip back, but it was only 20 stitches maybe before I realized, and then I realized I made a mistake. So yeah, it just feels like a pretty steady forward trajectory, which is nice. And I'm just telling myself to take my time because I kind of hate doing the two-handed knitting with the color work, but whatever. I'm just working on this. I'm watching TV. So today I was watching a love story, the JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. I don't know, their love story, I guess. This is on FX. It is Ryan Murphy produced, but not Ryan Murphy written or directed. So not too crazy. I'm 3 episodes in. It's okay. It's very 90s, which I like, but it's kind of annoying it's the music. It's just the music's there to remind you that it's set in the 90s. This is the 90s. This is the 90s. Don't forget, we're in the 90s. Yeah, I'm not super. I remember when their plane crashed and they both JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette passed away. I was pretty young, but I remember seeing it on a lot of magazines and it was like everywhere. And I didn't really know who they were. I was that young, but other than that, I don't know much about them. So this show is kind of interesting. Naomi Watts plays Jackie Kennedy Onassis, and I do feel like that was a misstep because she was always taking me out of it, but her character, spoiler alert, passes away, so I don't think that she'll really be in. She could be still showing up in flashbacks or whatever in future episodes, but I don't know if they will do that. So yeah, I'm kind of enjoying that. It's not amazing, but it's kind of nice. It doesn't feel stressful. Feels pretty middle of the road, like entertaining, but not amazing. And yesterday I was watching Channel Zero, which is a horror anthology TV series that was originally on Sci-Fi Channel and now it's on Shudder. I watched the whole first season of that in the last 2 days because it's only 6 episodes. And I did enjoy that. I would say it could be a little more horror-y. It's kind of nice little low-key story. So I enjoyed that. There's a season coming up, I think season 3, that's directed by the same person who directed The First Omen, which just came out, I think, a year or 2 ago. It's a sequel to The Omen. And I was pretty skeptical of that. I'm not a huge fan of The Omen or the Omen franchise, but we watched it, and surprisingly, it was really good. And the woman who directed it, I would say, pretty obviously has the same taste in movies that I do, or that my husband and I do. It's a lot. You could tell she was influenced by a lot of the movies that we watched, so that also made it more enjoyable. And yeah, it was surprisingly really good. So she directed season 3 of Channel Zero, Butcher's Block. So I'm kind of looking forward to watching that. Yeah. And yesterday I went to the mall to do some mall walking and get out of the house for a little bit, and that was successful. Tomorrow I have my appointment. Tomorrow I have my pre-chemo, and then Friday I should have my chemo. I don't see why it would be canceled, but so yeah. Next 2 days I won't probably be working on this project. I'll probably take my sock. I'm still socks. I have not been doing my sock a week challenge. I'm okay with that. But I do have that one sock I can finish, and I have that hat that's just stuck in it that I can bring with to my appointments. So I will probably be working more on those projects and not so much on this one for the next couple days, but it's okay. Anyways, I think that's it for me for today. Well, I don't think. I know. I'm not going to talk about anything else. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.